Last reading, but not the least reading. Pisces, it's your girl. I'm a Pisces, you're a Pisces, or you're a cross watcher, I don't know. It's your weekly reading for August 19th to the 25th. It's Oh My God Tarot, and this is your 3-card spread. Pisces, what the heck? There's motorcyclists out here in these streets? In these YouTube streets? Did you guys hear that? I don't know if you could. The Death card. This is the end. End of a cycle. We're done. Okay? That's also associated with Scorpio, so let's see. We're done. You could be done with the Scorpio for all I know. You have the Knight of Wands. You came in like a wrecking ball. You know, like the Knight of Wands would, probably. You know, they come in very strong. Okay, I thought I saw a fly, but it was probably some candle residue. Oh my gosh, I wish I brought this up because I was totally thinking about the world. The Death. And then you have the Knight of Wands, followed by the World. Okay, so the Death card is associated with Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about, like, you know, benefiting from other people's misfortunes. Not that they're evil, they're not bad. It's just, it's a thing with their karma. You know, they just do benefit from, you know, they inherit money a lot. People get fired, they get hired. They benefit from other people's losses a lot. But this is the Death. This is the Death card. This is the end of something. Okay, this is the end, and I don't mean done to death. It just feels like you surrender. I know it's not a white flag, but it's like your passion has been ignited and it marks the end of something else. Because I know, you know, when something new comes in, out with the old. The Knight of Wands represents, you know, like, after exploring your passion, you realize, yeah, this does excite me. I love it. Let's go all in. Let's invest. Let's put time into it. Let's study. Let's, you know what I mean? This is like the new, like the taking action towards a thing you're passionate about. Some of you guys have been sleeping on your passions. As a Pisces, you're healers, your artists, your nurses, you know, whatever it has to do with spiritual, emotional stuff. That's where you guys excel. That's where we all excel. And some of you guys are embracing that now and feeling more confident in it and going after it. And then you have the World card, which is associated with Saturn, which is a very important planet for Pisces, because Pisces, we don't have a shell. You know, we're water, we're emotional, and we let our emotions, you know, lead our actions, which is, it's not very helpful in business. It's not very helpful in, you know, in worldly, very physical, materialistic pursuits. Just showering everything in emotions is not helpful in the fiscal year. But there's transition, okay? Because you have the Death card. You have embarking on a new journey that you're passionate about, and then you have transformation. You have, like, Pluto and Saturn energy together. The Death card is associated with Scorpio. Scorpio is associated with Pluto. Pluto is associated with transformation as well, and Hades, the underworld. So it's like those dark changes. Like those, like, I've been brooding. Oh, look, here's the bottom of the deck. Three of Swords. So some of it I feel like is rooted in, like, a disappointment. Like Rihanna, Good Girl Gone Bad. Stuff like that. Like, you know, when something has deeply affected you. Like, deeply. Like, have you ever met a scorned Scorpio? Nah, I can't eat shawarma. Why? When I was a little girl, there was a hair in my shawarma. And I have a hair hanging out of my mouth, and ever since then, I couldn't eat any meat. That's why I'm a vegetarian. Just deeply affected by things. And it feels like this is something that it's done. You're done. You don't even have feelings for it anymore. That's awesome. Which is huge for a Pisces, because I swear, it's a tie between Pisces and Cancer. Who takes longer to get over stuff? I think that the only reason it's done is because of this Knight of Wands, this new passion, or this endeavor that you're going to be, not even exploring, but just working on, like working towards. And I could totally see that happening this week, because we were told not to launch any new ideas until September. So maybe you're getting yourself prepared and ready. You have your armor on. You got all that yellow, that sun energy. You got confidence. You know, I'm telling you, some of you are spiritual and you had self-doubt, and now you're like, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I'm lighting a candle. I'm anointing that candle, and yeah, all that stuff. but it all came from some type of heartbreak or some like spiritual awakening from, I mean, a lot of people have spiritual awakenings after their heart's been broken, or just they're wondering why life isn't working out for them, and they're just wondering the whys of life. And I feel like you guys have wandered your way so far into inspiration. Like now you don't know why, but you feel like you want to make it your life to understand why and help other people understand why too. The world represents a transformation, like looking at everything you've done on whatever topic it is that you feel very strongly about, you feel deeply about and passionate about. Like some of you, it could be self-love, it could be evaluating your whole life circumstance. Am I really leveling up to my peers? Am I like you're transforming as a person by letting one thing go. And whatever it is that's rooted in heartbreak and disappointment, you might even be emerging as a very independent person, or just something that really strays from a typical Pisces. Or when you think about an unevolved Pisces, very dependent, very wishy-washy, very unstructured, maybe lazy, wishy-washy, sometimes liar and embellisher and martyr, all that stuff. You could be transforming as a person. Or even like you could have been transforming, because I mean, I think it takes a long time to completely transform from one thing to the next, but it feels like you guys have been in, there's just something that's been going on too long, rooted in the disappointment and sadness. This week you feel like it's done, because, and you might even not even have that defining moment, because just this thing that you're passionate about really takes you away and you float into that, and then so there's not even any time for that last situation that was hurting your heart or weighing on you. There's no time for it. It's done. Some of you guys are done with a Scorpio. Some of you guys are done with someone who is Scorpio-like, that was very controlling, possessive, or, you know, this is an unevolved Scorpio, by the way. You know, you guys could be just done with that situation and shedding your skin and evolving into a different person with the boundaries of Saturn, and just defining who you are is completely different, or like just realizing who you are. Saturn is a really Saturn is, it's not about self-exploration. It's about going through life and making mistakes and having wins and having losses and evaluating who you are as a result of all those things combined. And so to have the world at the end of your reading, or the end of your week, with the death card, you shedding some aspect of your life for a passion, or just fueled by some type of passion or ego-based life, something that just sparks your whatever, like puts a fire in your belly. It leads to your transformation. That's a beautiful thing. I'm sure, like, if that's the case, then for some of you, you already know what that is. So I think a lot of Pisces are in awakening, and they're like learning their, you know what, I'm gonna meditate, and they're having their first days of like clairvoyance, or like, you know, they're starting tarot card readings, it's starting to click and make sense to them, or like they're doing their photography and they're starting to get like they're starting to feel confident in the pursuit of what it is they're passionate about. So that's you, Pisces. That's your week. It's a really promising week, guys. So I hope you enjoy it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. And I will see you guys in the next one. I really appreciate it. No fooling. I really do. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.